Whoop. Tara. We're going to go ask Tara. Somebody asked me. Hey! Waving! Oh, Renee's back. Renee! Okay, Tara. Hey, Tara. My buddy's wife told him he can't spend any more money on kitchen knives for a while. What do you have to say to that?
It's sad. It's sad. I heard one that's buying knives in my marriage, right? But there's different points that with because I have an interesting life, right? One of the things is honestly relate like knives and things that you're using, right? And you're like actually studying and learning about and engaging with to the same things that your wife is studying and learning and engaging with, like fashion or whatever they're using too. It could be electronics, maybe my wife's like the new phone person. Maybe it's like relating those things to why you're interested, what it is, and that it's a tool. Now, if you're buying addictively, that's a fair assessment to have in any marriage. But I mean, I talk to spouses, whether it's man or woman. I talk to spouses when they don't particularly have a lot of yet in the knives, or maybe they're not the predominant user, but they also don't understand why somebody is actually studying and learning about almost choosing a new knife. They one would like start planning like a new computer, or ultimately like it's like there's if one
Yeah.
person has the interest in the details of that, um a lot of times it's just a matter of explaining that, where it's not just, hey, I'm not just collecting, or just randomly. I'm expecting knives that are tools. I get it. No, I will say there's times when I back the wife because we have addictive personality purchasing going on with knives, and there's excitement level, and there's a lot of knife groups that are very friendly to people that are excited about knives, and they encourage each other. There's times
They encourage each other.
I've even there's actually, yeah, there's a couple of knives that I absolutely should not say any more about, actually, because help making it. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I guess I see both sides. Usually
Yeah.
matter of if it's a smart purchase, explaining to somebody, like explaining to your partner why it's a smart purchase and what you're going to do with it. And if I think one of my bigger things is if your partner has no idea why you would be spending those money on those knives, you've actually missed a big opportunity.
Sure. To
Age old shit.
share, right? Not to splain, but to share.
Yes. But
Yeah.
the wife can't use my knives, It's like, I mean, think about it. In my relationship, he uses knives and he's fine, but he has his own set. I mean, like,
Yeah. Yeah. That's really.
that he doesn't have to worry about. It's like, and he can use my knives. It's just typically like the main knives are traveling with me. Like
Yeah.
there's a full assortment there, and he knows what he can go grab or what not, because in truth, those knives are selected and found for reasons that in some cases I could not replace.
Oh,
Right.
sure. Right.
And so, not everybody's at that point in collection,
Right.
but if you really care about something, you're going to want it taken care of.
Yeah. Well, it's something that's new. I mean, we're newer into the knife world, and you've been so delightful in sharing with us. But we've had a set of globals for like 20 years, right? And our first set was Target because we got married when we were silly young, just youngins. 20 years this year we've been married, which is fantastic. And
Congrats.
it took 20 years for us to have enough knives around the house for the kind of observations on, like, I don't like that knife to come
Right.
out, right? And
Yeah.
then we're like, what are you talking about? I love this knife. And
Yeah.
I stopped and went, wait, buying knife sets and assuming that it's going to work well or be enjoyed by a large human and a smaller human
Right.
is is not something I'd ever considered before. And
Yeah.
suddenly it's like, well, maybe I'm buying knives because I want for you to have one. I just,
Absolutely.
or some range
I,
of that.
I think I have multiple ways, but in truth, if somebody is like adamantly saying, I just don't understand why you're buying another knife and you can't spend any more money on that. Like, as long as that person understands like why you're buying those knives, right? As long as you're using, let's say we'll lay the groundwork. You legitimately use, legitimately cook them, and you've started picking up some new course, or you want to take on we're talking about getting back in classroom. And they do really basic things, and I just want to make sure they roll out with like 5 things that they can now do safely that didn't know how to do before. Because knife skills class doesn't know everything about knife skills. Your knife purchase typically is not going to be your last knife purchase if you're getting into knives, you know. And like global, there's I could go on about that whole history.
Like, well, we won't, but thank you. I mean, what I heard you say was check and see what other hobbies there are. Maybe pick some balance and equilibriums. And I wove in that notion of not every knife is good for everybody in the household. So
very true. There's usually a favorite for each person. Even smaller humans will have where they like it, and it's funny when you start watching it, you realize, wow, this is so different, you know.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for the tips. Like and follow if you like these ones. We got more.
Thank you.